Live from KSAT 12, the 6 o'clock news starts right now.
And we begin with some developing news out of Uvalde. One of the family members who lost a child in the Robb Elementary shooting last year now facing a charge that he assaulted his wife.
But his wife is saying that this is not true. Uvalde County Attorney John Dodson filed a criminal complaint last month against Brett Cross. Cross is charged with assault causing bodily injury of a family member. According to that complaint, this charge stems from an incident back in January where Cross allegedly hit the right side of his wife's face. But in a video posted on social media this afternoon, Nikki Cross says that she told police and attorneys that that report is a lie. The couple is currently in Washington, D.C., taking part in a sit-in at the Capitol, pushing for an assault weapons ban.
We are here today for bill signings concerning border security in the state of Texas.
Governor Greg Abbott getting out his pen and signing multiple laws that will affect our southern border.
He also announced the Texas legislature will set aside just over $5 billion for border security. The governor signed a total of 6 bills today. Some of them include giving Border Patrol agents more powers of arrest, search, and seizure, as well as giving Texas landowners money if migrants cause damage to their property while crossing the border. Another bill signed by the governor will designate Mexican drug cartels and criminal organizations as foreign terrorist organizations.
Washington, D.C. has failed to do its job to secure our border. As a result, Texas has had to take unprecedented steps in responding to the crisis caused by the Biden administration on the border.
The end of Title 42 did not bring the big influx of migrant crossings that many officials thought it would. Since the health order ended, the Department of Homeland Security says unlawful entries between ports of entry along the U.S. border have decreased by more than 70% since May 11th.
More big news to tell you about this evening. A teen accused of a double murder now out of jail. Christian Bermudez was charged with 2 counts of capital murder for the deaths of Gabriel Sanchez and Sine McNeil. The 19-year-olds found fatally shot inside a Northeast Side hotel in January. 2 months later, Bermudez was arrested. This morning, he was released from jail after both charges were dismissed yesterday. One charge dismissed because of insufficient evidence. The second charge dismissed for further investigation. Bermudez was the only suspect named in the murders. The DA's office says the evidence they had was not enough to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that this case could continue for the time being.
It wasn't just another vacant house fire. Flames damaged the back of this house, which happens to be historic. There's a Texas historical marker out front describing how that house on North Flores played a pivotal role in the Mexican Revolution.
Jesse DeGriato tells us last Friday's fire also a troubling reminder of how many more vacant historic structures there are in a city as old as San Antonio.
Kind of reminds me of a horror movie.
Over a century old, the once stately mansion stands vacant, encircled by weeds. Inside, its chandeliers no longer aglow. The delicate curtains now float in the wind. Yet the Texas historical marker out front tells a much different story. Influential compatriots of the future president of Mexico, Venustiano Carranza, met at his niece's home, talking strategy in waging the Mexican Revolution. So if these old walls could talk...
They probably heard a lot of secrets.
But to see it now, he says...
This is the only building we have left connected to that history.
Executive Director Vincent Michael of the San Antonio Conservation Society and its president, Kathy Rhodes, came to see for themselves what a recent fire did to the back of the house, where it said some of the unsheltered had found refuge.
It's demolition by neglect is what we call it. Breaks my heart.
I'm told there's a real concern that the same fate could await the many other vacant historic structures in San Antonio.
How many? An estimated 275 historic homes and buildings that are vacant from one end of San Antonio to the other.
It's our history, and San Antonio prides itself on its history.
It's a big concern because obviously once a property is gone, it's gone.
But protecting properties like this one?
It's difficult. legally. That's the problem.
Although the San Antonio Fire Department doesn't track the number of vacant historic structure fires, the Conservation Society believes there are about 10 a year.
Unfortunately, it happens all too often.
Jesse Degollado, KSAT 12 News.
The state getting feedback tonight on a plan to dump hundreds of thousands of gallons of treated sewage water into a Comal County creek in East Bulverde. There's concern that if the TCEQ green lights it, that sewage water could make its way right into the Edwards Aquifer.
And into the water that we drink. Camelia Juarez shows us this plan and why some living and working along the dry Comal Creek are sounding the alarm.
You're going to show off? I was terrified that we would have impact for the horses.
Erin Bell Altman runs Big Heart Ranch along Dry Comal Creek on the east side of Highway 281. When she heard a local landowner was filing an application to the TCEQ to dump 600,000 gallons of treated wastewater daily through the creek, alarm bells went off not only for her business, but for her horses.
We worked hard developing this land with the horses, and every penny we make goes to it.
If the permit is approved, treated sewer water would make its way through this equestrian center onto this private road and head straight to the Comal River.
We're right over the Edwards Aquifer recharge zone, and so this is a super sensitive area.
Comal Creek Neighbors Association says they are not against development in the area, but it should be respectful to its neighbors and the environment, especially because people have wells and animals along the creek.
I'm not against this development. What I am against is dumping treated wastewater into a creek that affects families immediately downstream of it. I'm against negatively impacting the Edwards Aquifer recharge zone.
SJWTX Incorporated is listed on the permit application. When we reached out through phone and email, no one was available for comment. There is a public meeting tonight at 7 at Smithson Valley High School, and the public is invited to have their say on the project. Camelia Juarez, KSAT 12 News.
The San Antonio City Council delaying a routine vote today after debating whether to do business with a bank with a battered reputation. City staff had prepared a list of 20 firms to serve as underwriters on city debt. It's pretty routine, but half the council wanted to exclude Wells Fargo Bank. It's been repeatedly sanctioned since it was revealed in 2016 that its employees were illegally opening millions of accounts.
I must challenge the idea that this is a reaction to headlines. This is a reaction to families who have lost their homes. This is a reaction to families who have been evicted. This is a reaction to families who have gone to go without their medication because of these predatory practices.
Other council members argued it was unfair to single out just one bank, and while an effort to strike Wells Fargo from the list failed, it will be revisited next week.
The Texas Department of Public Safety is looking for this man, 30-year-old Dante Thompson of Austin. He's been wanted since September 2022. Thompson has a warrant for his arrest for aggravated robbery with a deadly weapon, plus a warrant for failing to register as a sex offender. He's 5 feet 10 inches, has tattoos on his chest, his stomach, face, arms, and hands. If you have any information on where Thompson might be, call Texas DPS Crime Stoppers. That number is 1-800-252-8477.
A woman in Houston facing charges after police say she snuck onto a runway at George Bush Intercontinental Airport. Airport officials say the 22-year-old Ivory Howard was spotted near a runway, prompting an immediate shutdown of flights. Officials say Howard was able to get into the airfield by going under a fence near the runway. She was arrested, charged with intent to impair or interrupt operation of a critical infrastructure facility.
Look outside with live cam this evening. All calm now. The sky's clear from this view. But earlier today, Adam, we had some storms in some areas. And I've heard from some people up in that area, Bulverde area, some damage from that hail.
Yeah, a little bit of damage from the large hail. We had up to golf ball size hail, Bulverde stretching down towards Selma. But I want everybody to know we're fine now. The storm threat has passed. We have a clearing sky this evening. It's just going to be typical June weather. You look at the radar, nothing anywhere near our area. You'd have to get far to the northeast of LaGrange to get into any showers. But you look earlier between noon and 3 p.m. and that's when we had the strong and severe storms move out of Gillespie County and move through parts of our area. As for the hail tracks, this purple color and almost black color, that's the largest hail. You'll see it there move through Bulverde down toward Schertz and Selma earlier today. Dumped some good rainfall, but unfortunately, this was the side effect of that thunderstorm. It's about golf ball size hail there. We've got more examples, bigger than quarter size, even a little bit of damage to that gazebo compared to a quarter. And then this is interesting. You see the rings in there? They're like rings of a tree. The amount of rings that you have within a hailstone tells you how many times it went up and down within the storm. We're going to talk about the newest drought monitor and the heat high in just a bit.
Hail rings, one of the coolest weather facts, I think. Thanks, Adam. We want to show you here I-37 at Fair Avenue. You can see there that stalled truck. There's a man behind the tailgate of that truck waving traffic over. There's actually been a couple vehicles in front of it. One vehicle was over off to the side, and as that traffic comes around the curve, we actually saw another vehicle or two hit the one that was parked off to the side for some reason. So you can see now it's starting to cause a backup there. Being at 6 o'clock and right in this curve area, certainly not ideal. Hopefully nobody is hurt out there and we can get first responders out there to redirect traffic, but it's causing a backup. I-37 at Fair Avenue.
Yeah, and you can see just how fast some of the cars in the outer lanes are going by. Hope things work out there. All right, well, coming up, we're going to take you behind the scenes of the Natural Bridge Caverns and what they're doing to figure out how many frog species there are in our area.
Plus, where San Antonio International Airport ranks when it comes to security wait times. Next.
Here's a look at what we're working on for you on the Night Beat tonight.
You guys went from an 89 at the beginning of the year down to a 71. I'm just kind of wondering what happened on this inspection.
Give me 1 second.
Tim Gerber tries to get some answers at an Asian buffet that saw its score drop 18 points in 4 months. The violations that earned them a barely passing score. That and more on the Night Beat.
San Antonio International Airport getting some national attention. A new study says that our airport has the second shortest wait time in the country. After looking at airport data from different places, the study found that San Antonio's airport average security line wait time was 6 minutes and 6 seconds. San Antonio came in second behind Baltimore Washington International in Maryland. Okay, did you know there is a frog survey underway here in South Texas? This is a 3-week habitat surface survey. It's to find out how many species of frogs are at Natural Bridge Caverns and then collect the data for preservation of those little guys.
Yeah, RJ Marquez and photojournalist Gavin Nesbitt went into the waters at the Wiest Family Ranch to find out what's croaking in the middle of the night.
There's grass in the water, and they're calling to other frogs, breeding.
It's frog mating season, and local biologist Jeremiah McKinney is on a mission to find out how many species of frogs and toads are at Natural Bridge Caverns.
Every now and then you'll hear a deeper croak. That's a leopard frog. So leopard frogs are starting to call too.
We make our way through muddy waters and spot a leopard frog, a cricket frog, and the most common toad in the state, the Gulf Coast toad.
So here's a toad. So you can see how his skin is a lot more rough than the frogs have been that we found.
So we've been wading through one of the ponds here at the Wiest Family Ranch at Natural Bridge Caverns, and we came across this guy right here. This is a green tree frog. Now he's just one of the many native frog species in this area, and one of the ways that they're identifying these frogs is by all the sounds they're making. Go ahead and take a listen. The recent rain is helping the population, but things like the drought and urbanization remain a threat, especially in Comal County, one of the fastest growing counties in the country.
It's important to preserve those species just for the ecological benefit of it, but it's also important for the people that live in those areas. You can really tell how healthy or unhealthy an ecosystem is by a lack thereof or a species abundance of of amphibians.
And possibly the biggest threat, other predators in the wild. We spot a green tree frog fighting for its life after being caught by a snake.
Oh, this is amazing. Circle of life right there. I highly doubt that snake can pull that one off, to be honest.
Against all odds, the green tree frog escapes. And when it's all said and done, we find 5 different frog species singing into the night.
So far, we've documented 7 different species of frogs and toads, and there's potential to get up to, I think, 12.
Reporting from Natural Bridge Caverns, RJ Marquez, KSAT 12 News.
It's like RJ's Wild Kingdom there.
I know. Listening to them edit that today, where am I?
I know. Yeah, I like those kind of stories, though, where you go out and just show all that nature
really cool.
has right under our noses, really.
Yeah, Kasky loved the snake frog battle.
That was pretty cool. You got it. It's just nature doing its thing. And I love it. People that are so passionate about something. Like a guy just loves frogs, you can tell. And toads. There's a difference. Frogs and toads.
Yeah.
Don't want to leave out the toads here. All right. Very small rain chances tomorrow and Saturday. Then the heat high soon takes over. We know what that means. Triple digits are in sight and in the forecast. So let's get right to it, starting with those rain chances and storm chances. Next couple of afternoons, we're talking 10%. And there could be some brief leftovers from West Texas tomorrow night, but it's such slim odds. It's only at 10% and then 0%. Okay, the new drought monitor is in. This is not it. This is April 1st. But let's go from April 1st to now. Oh, what a difference. Isn't that nice? Let's do it one more time, just for fun. Check this out. All this drought we had April 1st, and now, wow, all that rain, it deserves a kick. Take that, drought. I know we still have some work to do, especially in the hill country, Kerrville to Fredericksburg to Sisterdale, Comfort, Bandera, Pipe Creek. You've been unfortunate compared to everybody else. Now, you've had some rain, just not as much as surrounding areas. And really, it's this one last extreme and exceptional drought bullseye left in the state. 28% of Texas right now considered in drought, and that's a big improvement compared to even just last week. And we had some of our showers and storms earlier today. Now some maintenance rain in parts of East Texas and even closer to Dallas. But here's the thing. It's that time of year where that upper level high, big blue H, the heat high, it starts to creep its way into town and take over our weather pattern. That's exactly what's going to be happening in the days ahead. Upper level high goes from the Pacific over Mexico and then basically centering itself over Texas as we get itself at South Texas as we get into next week. That's going to have a big impact on our temperatures. Tomorrow, well into the 90s, and that's going to be the trend for the foreseeable future. We made it to 91 for the high today. Tomorrow up to 97. Same with Saturday. 98 on Sunday, then 99 Monday, Tuesday. Right now we're forecasting our first triple-digit day this year by Wednesday. Now, of course, anywhere from when we have 98 and above in the forecast, you can hit 100 officially at the airport any one of those days. Now, that heat high is going to protect us from all that smoke that's in the eastern U.S. This is the smoke that's from the Canadian wildfires. And I mean, we're talking wildfires stretching even into western Canada, getting picked up by the wind flow in the atmosphere and carrying that smoke into New England. The problem is it's just circulating here because of the counterclockwise circulation around this upper level low. It's not moving. It's just continuing to basically move around in place from over the Atlantic into Canada and then back down over the mid-Atlantic and Northeast. So there will be some improvements, but then there will also be some periods where the smoke gets a little bit worse through the weekend. Just depends on exactly which location you're talking about. 87, it's our current reading. Dew points, though, near 70, so we're feeling that stickiness and mugginess in the air. No breaks from that this time of year. No breaks from that. We don't get that north wind, which is a good thing, considering if we got that north wind out of Canada, maybe we would have some of that smoke, but we don't. 96 right now in Del Rio, 97 Carrizo Springs. Tomorrow, we start the day at 73, make it up to 97 with mostly sunny skies, but we're talking triple digits just west of San Antonio, right along the Rio Grande, and we're going to feel that heat. It's real summertime. It's back, and it's starting this weekend.
Yep. All right. We've delayed it long enough. Thanks, Adam.
All right. So the Houston Texans think they have found a tight end that used to be a Dallas Cowboy.
Yeah, and so far the reviews coming out of Texans camp, they really like Dalton Schultz, who played 5 years to the Dallas Cowboys. He wanted big money for them. They said nope, so he moved on down the road, and he's now a member of the Houston Texans. Plus, we're going to go one-on-one with SAFC defender Mitch Taintor coming up.
Pro football coverage, powered by Davis Law Firm.
The Houston Texans held practice at the Methodist Training Center today, their final one before a mandatory minicamp, and then they'll get a nice long break before the start of training camp. One of the Texans' new offensive weapons this season is tight end Dalton Schultz. After spending 5 seasons with the Cowboys, they let him go, and Dalton signed a reported 1-year, $9 million deal with the AFC South Club. During his time in Dallas, he had 211 receptions for 2,100 yards and 17 touchdowns. Plus, he averages 10 yards per catch. Dalton was asked about his decision to join the Texans.
I mean, first and foremost, I'm just grateful to have an opportunity to play. Going into year 6, obviously, D'Amico coming in, he's been the D coordinator that's, kicked us out of the playoffs kicked me out of the playoffs the last couple of years, and so it's having a defensive-minded head coach with a scheme that I truly have respect for and believe in, and then also just the scheme coming over from SF, an offense that I've got some familiarity with in my past, and obviously everybody's kind of seen what they've been able to do in San Francisco, and so having opportunities to do the same thing here has been very intriguing for me at the tight end position especially.
Schultz and the Texans will next host a mandatory minicamp June 13th and 14th. San Antonio FC is coming off a 3-3 draw this past Saturday against San Diego Loyal SC. San Antonio FC scored 3 quick goals in that match, but walked away with only 1 point in the standings. KSAT 12 sports producer Daniel Villanueva caught up with Mitch Taintor today to get a preview of their next game against El Paso Locomotive FC, a team that has won 7 straight matches.
Mitchell Taintor drives one and headed, and just like that, in the opening minutes, Tanny Oluwaseyi's got his first goal at Toyota Field.
Yeah, I think we started unbelievably well with 3 goals in 16 minutes, and obviously the red card really hurt us, and it's really difficult to play 80 minutes with including stoppage down to man. Happy to score and help the team. Just a disappointing ending. We never wanted to end like that. Never want a guy sent off. So difficult circumstances, but I thought that we could have done better on a lot of those goals that they scored. So it comes down to individual accountability and learning for the next game.
Talk about this upcoming match against El Paso, and what it's going to take to get a win to close out this homestand.
Yeah, they're a hot team right now. They've 7 wins in a row, 10 undefeated overall. So they're a really dangerous team. But I don't think we fear anyone. We respect all our opponents, but I don't think we go into games feeling any fear. We're San Antonio. We believe in ourselves. We believe in what we're doing, and we should have full confidence going forward.
Base news yesterday, you got a very big soccer star coming to Miami. What does you think that does for U.S. soccer in general, and just the eyes that's on soccer here in the United States?
Yeah, I think it's great, especially in the Open Cup too. I think probably a lot of people tuned in to that Birmingham-Miami game last night, which is great exposure for the USL. And hopefully we get to draw Miami next year in the Open Cup.
Good luck on Saturday.
Thank you. Larry, back to you.
Thank you, guys. SAFC and El Paso will face off for the first time this season on Saturday. The match goes down at 8 p.m. at Toyota Field. This will be San Antonio FC's final home match until the start of July.
The El Paso Locomotive.
Chugga, chugga, choo, choo.
About to be derailed.
Exactly.
That's right. I got you, Larry.
You guys. Take it on the road. Thanks, Larry. Coming up in our next half hour, what former President Donald Trump is doing now to claim his innocence in the criminal charges that he's facing.
And after the break, movement in a nearly 20-year-old murder case is happening, where the suspect is now being moved as the investigation into Natalee Holloway's death continues.